It's me again. I'm here to do my what I have read in February. So this is late because I've been really busy and yeah, I apologise for that and everything, but I'm doing it now, so it makes up for it now. So last month, these are the books that I read and what I thought about them. So we started off the month with the Lost Journals of Benjamin Tooth by Mackenzie Crook. I did a review of this on my blog and basically it wasn't as good as the first book in the series. I found it really difficult to sort of get into. It was a bit slow at the start and it didn't have the same kind of humour, but then towards the end I was fully into the book, fully invested in it, and I really enjoyed the ending of it. It had the same sort of spark again as the first book, so that was quite nice to sort of at least have it at the end. But yeah, it wasn't as exciting and fun as I thought it was going to be, so I didn't enjoy it as much, but I still enjoyed it. So that was The Lost Journals of Benjamin Tooth by Mackenzie Crook. The second book I read was Drummer Girl by Bridget Tyler. I love this book. Love this book so much. I'm going to leave a link to the buddy review I did of it down below because guys, you need to read this book. It's basically about a girl who is a drummer and she's on sort of like a American pop idol but in the UK, and if they win then they get sent to the US to compete with the US team that won, and they win so they go to the LA and then all sorts of stuff happens. It's awesome. Read it, it's brilliant. Ignore the pink fluffy pages because it's not pink and fluffy, it's dark and awesome. So read it. And the third book I read was Fortunately the Milk by Neil Gaiman. This book is really fun and interesting, and it's a little middle grade and it's really exciting and adventurous, and I loved all the little illustrations and the popped up thing, and I think like if I was younger and I was reading that I would have absolutely loved it because it's exactly the kind of imagination that I used to have, where like you just talk and talk and talk and all these things happen because you know that's what happens. And yeah, I just think I would have really enjoyed it, so I think that was a top class book, guys, top class. The fourth book that I read this month was Unhinged by A.G. Howard. What an awesome book! Like seriously! It's the sequel to Splintered, which is amazing, and the second book just had everything and more. I think I did enjoy it a little bit more than Splintered. It was just, oh, A.G. just writes so well, and I cannot wait for the next book in the series because oh my god, that ending, just guys, that ending was exceptional. The fifth book I read this last month was The Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. Another amazing book. Seriously, just it's so good. The writing was immaculate, the storyline just had you gripping the page, and the ending just makes me want to have the next book straight away. I just want it so bad, guys. I really want the next book to finish the trilogy. The sixth book I read was Deep Amber by C.J. Busby. This is another middle grade book, and it was really interesting and exciting and fun, and there was adventure and magic, and it was good. It was really exciting. I was really glad that I got the chance to read it, and I'm looking forward to reviewing it later on the blog and reading the second book in the series because yay! It's awesome. So the seventh book I read this month was The Testing by Joel Charbonneau, and then the eighth book I read was Independent Study by Joel Charbonneau. I read these back to back and they are awesome. Really enjoyed them. This one has been like seen as like a Hunger Games type story, and it also I would say has sort of similar elements to Divergent, and it's just this brilliant unique world that has been created, and there's this test that you have to go through to get to university, and it's horrible, guys. Like, it's just Oh, it's so good. The book, obviously, not the situation, and the writing is really good and the story is unique. You know, it draws on the same things, but at the same time that doesn't mean it's the same book, if that makes sense. I think it's proper amazing and good. And then this one is different again, nothing like the Hunger Games, nothing like Divergent, something else entirely different. This is just amazing and interesting, and it's shiny. And yeah, I just think if you haven't read the series, whoop, 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 you should get to it, especially if you loved the Hunger Games, especially if you like dystopians. And yeah, I just think that this is a really great series, and I'm really looking forward to reading the last book in the series. Yes, these two are brilliant and amazing and wonderful. That's all I have to say. The 9th book I read this month was Tiger Lily by Jodie Lynn Anderson. It was an okay read. It wasn't quite what I was expecting, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I'd hoped, but there were still things about it I really liked. I liked the narration of it, and I liked some of the characters, and I liked some of the plot, but overall I just thought it was a little slow and not much really happened, and I got to the end of it and I was like, why? I didn't feel like there was a point to me reading the book by the end of it. I mean, no, a lot of books don't have that, but I just felt like I'd wasted my time, which isn't always something you want to feel after finishing a book. So yeah, there's that. And then lastly I read Falling Fast by Sophie Mackenzie. This is a quick little short read, but again wasn't my favourite. It was the main character really irritated me, and the guy she falls in love with really irritated me, but the writing was really addictive and the storyline was kind of like addictive as well. And yeah, I was just really curious about what was going to happen and how it's going to happen, but at the same time, they irritated me so much. So I will still read the second book in the series because I do want to know what's going to happen, but I just feel like it's one of those books that a lot of the time I wanted to just throw across the room because, like, you're being idiots! Stop being idiots! Oh my god! Yeah, but it was, you know, it was entertaining because it made me feel like that, so that's always entertaining. And then lastly, I started reading Banished by Liz de Jager. I'm halfway through, and I plan to finish this month. Really good so far, really enjoying it. Lots of fantasy elements and fairies and fae and blah blah blah, and yeah, just it's exciting and fun and just really enjoying it. So looking forward to carrying it on this month. Yeah, so that's everything that I have read this month. Have you read any of the same books? What did you think about any of the same books I had? And did I persuade you to read any of the books I've read this month? Do let me know all of that awesome stuff in the comments below. And I also love little likes and stuff because yay. So yeah, that is everything from me. I'll see you again later, guys. Bye!